Hello and welcome to the Icarian sector. I'm Andrew and this is a campaign Septem Exsultat. Here we have 7 of the Emperor's finest brought together in unusual circumstances, but coming together with the singular goal of sending a Daemon Prince back to the warp. So they've all journeyed to Chrysis 4, the home of the Cult of the Fallen, in the hope of sending the Daemon Prince Nyingnar back into the warp. So there are some basic rules for the campaign that I've put together. The Marines don't get doctrines and the Grey Knights don't have tides. They will both, however, have access to Bolter Discipline and Shock Assault, and the enemy will have Shock Assault as well, or Hateful Assault. The Custodies will keep the 4+ invul save. Each model will have a character keyword and can act on their own, and they will also have +3 wounds to what's on their data sheet. Psychic spells, as there's 3 Psychers, can be cast on any model. We're going to use the Imperium keyword for that. And for command points, they'll get D3 command points are generated each turn, and they can be used on rerolls or stratagems if there are enough points for that. However, they've got to use those command points that battle round. If a model falls during the game, at the end of the game I'm going to roll a D6. On a 1, that model's dead. On a 2 and a 3, he needs a game to recover. On a 4+, it's fully restored and ready to play in the next game. For the Chaos models, nice simple rule set. They must move towards, advance towards, shoot and attack the nearest enemy model. Alright, let me introduce the cast of characters. So, coming from the Dawn Wardens, we have Sir Hannet, the Librarian. He has Telepathic Assault and Scryer's Gaze. Torrentian Cloak, so he has a 5+ invul, and at the start of the movement phase he can regain D3 lost wounds. And he's the Imperium Sword. So on a charge or a heroic intervention, he adds once to his strength and attacks characteristics in the fight phase. And he's backed up with certain edits with a Stalker Bolt Rifle. For the Imperium units, they're seeking revenge. The trusted friend and advisor, Lieutenant Malahan, who's now entombed in the Adeptus Dreadnought, and a forward scout group that was slain by this filthy beast, and they're here to enact their revenge. And from the Grey Knights Order of the Esper, we have Justica Elet with these 2 falchions, and he has Sanctuary. And then there's Terminator Brother Enfire. He has Demon Hammer and Gate of Infinity, and basically they heard talk of a demon to slay, so they're here. And a singular model from the Adeptus Custodes, Damatide. It's believed that this demon is in possession of a lost artifact of great power that he's been sent to reclaim and keep under the Emperor's palace. And the last 2 models from the Adeptus Mechanicus, TT1141, the Vanguard, and S1KN3, the Ranger. These 2 were originally captured by the forces of Chaos. After managing to escape, they got caught up with the other 5 members of the team, and they only wish for a way off the planet. But to do that, the best way is to aid the others in their plans, slay the demon, and everybody can escape the world together. On to Game 1 in Septem Exsultat. So round 1, a chance meeting. Escaping the clutches of the Cult of the Fallen, the 2 Mechanicus models run into the 5 members of the team. The 2 Mechanicus models are deployed at the very centre of the board. And running in, chasing after them, the Cult of the Fallen. There are 2 5-man squads with bolt pistols and chainswords, 2 5-man squads with bolt guns, and then a little blob of cultists, all with brutal assault weapons. Try to deploy them. They're running in, chasing after the 2 Skitarii as they make their escape. And the deployment for the 5 remaining models. The Custodes is ready to charge forward. The Grey Knights in the back ready to charge forward and laying down covering fire. The Stalker Bolt Rifle and the Librarian horde come chasing forward. There are 2 ways to win this round. First major victory is to clear the table. Have nobody chasing after them. That's the way they want it. If they don't clear the field at any point, they can leave all models from the table edge, but there'll be more models to fight later on in the series. And this turn we'll have D3 command points for 1 command point. Use it wisely. End at movement phase from the Imperium. Custodian Guards move forward. The Skitarii advanced. The Grey Knights shuffled round. And the Dawn Wardens did not move. So we'll go on to the Psychic phase. So the first thing I'm going to do is cast Cantrip. Goes off on a 5. I'm going to cast it onto the Custodian to give him a 3-up invul. There we go. He's a 3-up invul. Go for Sky's Grace, which goes off on a 7. Giving me an extra command point. That went off on a 5. That's not going to give me an extra command point. So I've only got 1 to use this turn. On to the shooting phase. Alright, it's going to be a very quick shooting phase. The Custodian Guard is going to shoot his spear at the cultists. It hits on a 2. It's a 4 and strength 4, toughness 3, wounds on a 3, AP -1, no save. This Grey Knight can see the cultist as well. He gets 2 shots, hitting on 3s, wounding on 3s, 1 wound, 1 6-up save. Oh, they saved it. The last thing that can shoot this turn, the Stalker Bolt Rifle. So that's, again, hitting a 3. Nope, that's a 2. So only 1 model removed. The end of the first turn for the Imperium. Now on to the Cult of the Fallen, turn 1. Very, very quick turn for the Cult of the Fallen there. Basically everything had advanced because nothing was really in shooting range. So these guys advance here. The cultists got a whopping 6 on the roll, so they advance 12. And then that's the way it looks here. So there's going to be no shooting phase and no charging phase for the Cult of the Fallen this turn. For the Marines, they didn't use the command point, so they lose it. Now they have 1 command point again. Just to push through the centre there, the Skitarii turn around, taking up firing positions. The Custodi and the Justicar have moved in for assault range. Terminator's ready to back them up. And the other Marines have moved forward to help with psychic shenanigans. We guess Gaia's Grace for a 7. That's a peril, so that's the 1 command point used. There we go. Oh no, that's not looking good. This guy will cast Sanctuary again on a 6. That failed. He will cast Smite. That goes off for 1 wound. So, first of all, the Custodi will put his rapid fire shots into there. On 2s. Wounding on 4s. So 1 wound AP dash on these cultists here, on the Cult of the Fallen here. So 4-up. Passes. So we'll repeat with the Terminator into there. 4 shots hitting on 3s. And they all miss. Same with them. 4 shots. So 2 hits, 4s. And saving on 3s. Yep, they're all saved. Oh dear. So the 1 shot from him, hitting on a 4 because he moved. Rerolling 1 for Bolt of Discipline. Hits. And wounds on a 3, a 4. AP -2. Save on a 5. Oh, these wow. It's heavy saving. Right. So just the Skitarii left to shoot. So the Galvanic Rifle is going to go into the cultists. So hitting on 3s. Wounding on 3s. And the Radium Carbine. Hitting on 3s. Wounding on 3s. AP dash, so 6-up save. Nope, another cultist falls. So onto the charge phase. The Custodian Guard will go in. Yep, 3 inches he's in. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 pistols. Hitting on 6s. 1 goes through. Custodian Guard gets 3 attacks. Hitting on 2s. Strength 5. Strength 6. Wounding on 2s. AP -3. Then 3 attacks for the Justicar. +1 for his assault. So 3s. And then 3s again. That one goes right through. There's another one cut down. And 3 attacks for the Terminator. These are hitting on 4. Wounding on 2s. 2 more dead. Gets 2 attacks. He's going to go against the Justicar. So it's 4s and 5s. No. And at the end there, their leadership 6. They lost 8 models. Well, he's going anyway. So the end of turn 2, 1 blob of cultists, but now the meat of the force gets to fight back. So the end of the movement phase. This group was still a bit out of range, so this one advanced, and all the rest moved forward. Their aim is to get rid of the Custodes and the Grey Knights. Let's go on to the shooting phase. Sparring Champion has a plasma pistol, which we're going to overcharge. So hits on a 3. It's a 3. Wounds on a 2. AP -3, so we get a 6-up save. No, for 2 damage. So the Justicar is down to 2 wounds. And then 4 pistols. Hitting on 3s and 4s. 2 go through. 2 wounds, AP dash. The Justicar falls. Oh, first casualty. Is it time to turn tail and run? These second ones, plasma pistol is going against the Custodian Guard, and he overcharges. And he falls. He blew himself up. And then 4 pistols. 3s and then 5s. 1 gets through. 2-up save. Yeah, he's okay for now. The bolter's in the back. There is another plasma pistol there. He's going to overcharge on the Terminator. Hits. One's on a 2. Wounds. 5-up invul. No. 2 damage on the Terminator. Bring him down to 3 wounds. And then the bolters. 3s and 4s. Oh, that's not very good shooting. And then 4s. 2-up saves. Terminator's okay this turn. So these want to go into the Custodes. They're in. These want to go into the Custodes. 8. Oh yeah, they're in as well. And the Terminator will heroically intervene. 1 attack, +1 for a chainsword, +1 for hateful assault. Because we need 3s, although all of them will explode on a 5 rather than a 6. 3s and then 5s. 2, 4, 6, 7 death to the false emperors. That's not bad. Then 5s. So 3, 2 up saves. And he takes a wound. 5 now. 3 plus 3. And he gets to attack back. So he gets his 3 attacks, hitting on 2s. Strength 6, toughness 4, winning on 3s. 1 AP minus 1. Let's do it on this one that's already injured. And he's good. Now, the Terminator hits on 4s. Wounds on 2s. That's AP minus 3. So 6s. Now, 2 of these guys fall. Okay, so that ends turn 2. So this one lost 1 model, and their leadership 7, so that's going to pass automatically. The other one lost 2, so on a 6 it loses another one. No. Now some tough choices, because these have a rule where they always fight first in the fight phase. So next turn, the sparring champion will jump in. Fall back or not fall back? That is a question. We're down a man. We should probably take the Overwatch. Okay. Let's see what the Imperial units do in turn 3. Alright, another fairly quick movement phase. They did fall back out of combat. They can't fire this turn, but they can get some Overwatch. These 2 have shuffled around, but still in cover. And these 2 have moved up as well. Right, on to the psychic phase. First of all, smite. The nearest unit is the 3 there, so that goes up to 4 for 1 damage. So they're down to 3 apiece. Smite from the librarian onto them as well. Oh, roll for D3, 1 command point again as well. Oh. So I've only got 1 command point, I'm going to do that. So I'm going to try and do, on a 7 we get a command point. Snake Eyes, what do I use my command point? This is not looking good. And that's the psychic phase over with. First of all, the galvanic rifle into those. 1 hit, one's on a 4. No wounds. 3s and then 5s for the assault one. No. Oh no. Stalker bolt rifle into those guys as well. It's on a 4. Nope. Pistol, it's on a 3. No. Oh, that's a diabolic shooting phase from the Imperium, which means more charges are coming up. The noose is tightening for the Imperium. This story could be over before it even really starts. So we have 3 pistols from here into the Terminator, 3s and 4s, saving on a 2. He's down to 2 wounds. Oh, the Grey Knights are not looking good. Oh, geez. Right, 2 pistols again. And 4. Saving on a 2. Time to burn these dice. And then a plasma pistol, overcharging. Winning on a 2. Saving on a 5. And the Grey Knight Terminator falls as well. Is it time to turn tail and flee? Alright, shooting at the nearest. These guys will shoot to the Skitari. The plasma pistol overcharging. That's something. He goes pop. Now 8 shots with the bolters. Hitting on 3s, wounding on 3s. Four. They have a 4-up save, they're in cover, so they have a 3-up save. And the front one takes a wound, so he's down to 3. And these bolters will go into there. There are 5 bolters in there, 3s and then 5s. That 1 wound on a 2-up save. It's cocked. Yeah. All right, on to the charge phase. So these 3 will go into there. They're in. These 3 again. They're in. Overwatch. Nothing. Right, so we can do them all at the same time. So 3 from one, 2 from the other. So 3s. And death to the false emperor. 2, 4, 6, 7. 7 again. These are worshipping the wrong god. They worship Slanesh, they should be worshipping Nurgle. Alright, now the tricky part, wounding on 5s, saving on 2s. That's a good chunk of wounds through. Can he save them all? Yes. Then power sword. Right, 3s and then 5s. No. Right, I get to attack back. So I'm going to put them all into the one with the still with the aspiring champion this time. So 2s, 4, 3s, and a 6 to save. Oh my goodness, this is not looking good. As we go into the Imperium, turn 4. The Custodes has been asked to hold the line. Everything else is moving back this turn. As it may be a case of moving off the board. 2 Skitari advanced. These 2 just move back. They can still put some shots down as long as the Custodian Guard can hold the gap. Let's see what happens. Alright, Psychic phase. Go for a smite. It'll be into this one. That one goes off this time. D3 for the 3. Okay, that's an easier ask for the Custodian Guard. And that's, for 1 command point again. Alright, 1 command point. And then we're going to go for Snake Eyes. So I'm going to use that command point. But the get command point back goes off on a 7. So I've got 1 command point still. So he will put his 1 shot downrange there, hitting on a 4, wounding on a 4, nothing. On to the fight phase. This time it's a bit better. This aspiring champion has 2 attacks hitting on 3s, wounding on 5s, and then from the others, 3 and a... Now 5s. Nothing. Okay, so he gets 3 attacks. Hitting on 2s. Wounding on 3s. 6-up save. No. So the Custodian Guard shuffles in and he holds the line as we now go into turn 4. The Cult of the Fallen. And this is how the movement phase looks. Now I said before that they had to shoot the nearest model. I'm going to give him some leeway as he's in combat. I will let them shoot the nearest model that's available to be shot at. Because It's a bit fairer. Right, onto the shooting phase. So these ones at the top here, we'll shoot down into this one. Only one of the models is in rapid fire. 3s and 3s and a 3-up save. 4. And these guys, the closest model is the Librarian. 3 of them in rapid fire, and 2 of them aren't. So 3s and 4s. It's cocked. Yeah, it's a 3-up save. So 1 3-up save. The Librarian's fine. Okay, so we got into the charge phase. These guys are going to charge in. So yeah, that'll go in. So do some attacking first. So these guys, 4 that can attack, 3s and then 5s. These explode on 6s though. So they get 1 death to the False Emperor. 5s. And a 2-up save. That's a 4, he's okay. Right, the Sergeant. Oh, the Aspiring Champion gets 3s. And then 5s. And then the 3, 5. So 3 attacks back. I'm going to do, dangerous, 2 on these and 1 on them. So 2 hits, 3s. Oh, I'm going to miss the Misericordia as well. Haha. Yeah, he's 3-up save. So 2 6s. And they're dead. And then the 1 onto that group. And 3. Nope, and the Misericordia hits on a 2. Wounds on a 3. 5-up save. And one of those goes. All right. So the Custodian Guard basically is saving the planet. Saving the day. All right. I don't think maybe we should clear the field. So we're on to turn 5. All right. Movement phase. He stayed still this time. He shuffled up to try and get into combat with those guys. One of them moved forward for shooting. All right, psychic phase. Oh no, first of all, 1 command point again. 1 command point every time. Smite. I'm going to command point that one for 4. And I'm going to try and get command point back on a 7. No, a whiffy psychic phase. Okay, shooting. He's going to shoot up at those guys. And he misses. Cavalry rifle hitting on a 4. Wounding on a 4. 1, 3, wounding on a 4. 2-up save. No, one of them dies. And the 3 shots going up again. Now 5s. Wounding on a 6. Alright, so it's just 2 damage, but that doesn't make a difference. 2 2-up saves. 1 more of them goes down. Alright. On to the charge phase. Does he come charging in? Yes. Okay, so how this will work then is the Librarian gets to attack first, then these guys, then that one. 4 attacks plus 1 for the charge. So 3s and then 4s. AP minus 3, so 6. And then 3 attacks from the Guardian, hit on 2s, wounding on 3s, saving on a 6. Right, so 1 more of those falls. They can shuffle in. So the 2 from here onto the Librarian and death to the False Emperor. And then wounding on 4s, AP dash, a 3-up saves, and he takes a wound as well. 8 wounds, so he's down to 7. Right, and the power maul. Right. It's on a 3. Wounds on a 3. That's no wounds. So, there is a little bit of combat left. So those guys just hop down and they're going to shoot at this fella here. So 3s and 3s. And then 3-up saves. Okay, he tanks that. On to the charge phase. They're going to charge into the Custodian Guard. Yep, they're in. Okay, this is where it's going to get interesting. Alright. So they get 4 attacks into there, hitting on 3s, wounding on 5s, 2-up save, and then the power maul. So again, 2 into the Librarian, 3s and 4s, save on a 3, and then the power maul into the 1 hit, and nope, not death to the False Emperor. They're all dead. And then 5s, AP -2, so it's a 4-up invul, and he's past it. Okay. Custodian's going to put everything into these ones. 2s. And 3s. Then 6s. No, they're finally dead. 4 attacks from the Librarian into these guys. Hitting on 3s. Wounding on 4s. Saving on 6s. Only one of them dies. Alright. Very quickly we'll move on straight on to the Space Marines. Turn 6. So nothing's going to happen. These guys will just move back just to clear the field if need be. The power maul goes into the Custodes and hits save on a 4. D3 wounds for 3. He's got 2 wounds left. The one is the Librarian. Hits, wounds, save on a 3. Custode puts everything in. 2s, 3s. That one's cocked. Still cocked. Saving on 6s. Librarian activates 4 attacks. 3s, 4s. Saving on a 6. Okay. So the field has been cleared. There has been some losses taken. We have the Librarian wounded, he's wounded. One of the Skitarii is wounded. And 2 of the Grey Knights have fallen. The Librarian will rush to help pick them up. And let's see. So at the end of the first game, 5 models step forward. Heroes. They saved the Skitarii. But at what cost? The Terminator is out the next game. The Justicar, he's back in. So the next game will be 6 models with the Terminator healing. He'll be back the game after. Okay. Thank you for watching the Icarian sector and me playing with myself at home. If you did enjoy this, please leave a like and subscribe. Join in to find out if these 7 warriors can help defeat the Daemon Prince. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.